Hello and welcome to another video on our Emhyr witches. So this is the current deck list. I'm just going to skim through it really quickly. So we're using our witches twice. So of course we have our witches, and our other silvers are Peter, Orcs and a Sire to put two of our witches back in our graveyard. And we use Emhyr's ability to ping a witcher back into our hand, which means we can use our witches twice pretty consistently. Now I've dropped Cantarella, and as a result we have got Ciri in the deck. Now the reason for that is just to try and fit Orcs in, because obviously you want Peter, you want Orcs, but then you have to have your other 4 silver slots as these. So we're just testing it out if we can use Ciri as just card advantage. We've got Igni, Vilgefortz and Stefan Skellen. Obviously these two work really well together. And then the other bronzes, you could mix and match. You could play a different system with Spies, Imperial Brigades, but currently this is what I'm running. Rot Tossers, 1 Vicavara Medic, 1 Nilfgaardian Knight, who's a new addition, our 3 Pikemen, 2 Weatherclears, and then also 1 Thunderbolt Potion and 1 Lacerate. Now, I have used more potions in this deck a lot of the time. I'm just going to jump into a game as well here. I have chopped and changed this deck loads and loads over time, so we have run more potions. Like I say, I've run Imperial Brigades with emissaries at one point, and I've run Cantarella, and Cantarella, the deck with Cantarella instead of Orcs has got me to plus 4k as well, as this has consistently. That we've been around the 4k mark for the last day with this deck right now. So if you can get good use out of Ciri, you can do really well with this deck. Obviously the utility of having Orcs is excellent, and a big part of this deck comes with the mulligan. So I'll talk you through the mulligan here. It can get tricky at times, but it can also be really easy, and there's a few things to bear in mind when playing it. So obviously you want to limit yourself to the amount of golems, pikemen and witches in your hand, essentially, and the rest you just kind of have to stick with what you've got. So let's have a look here. So instantly I can see I've got 2 pikemen, no golems and 1 witcher, so I've got all my golds, which is incredible, a great start. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a pikeman. Now in theory I could keep this. I'm playing against Dagon, so our standard bearer is going to come in use. I'm actually going to go ahead and drop a potion here, I think, or possibly the Nilfgaard Knight. Maybe I drop a Rot Tosser here. I guess I dropped the Nilfgaard Knight here, or I could stick with it. I guess I stick with this, really. This is a pretty good hand. I'm going to stick with it. So we've got our pikemen, we've got our witches. A tactic you can do is have 2 witches in hand, which allows you to use your Emhyr ability on something else, like Peter or Orcs in particular. This is really good in matchups like, for instance, against Dwarfs. Having 4 locks with Orcs, so 2 locks in round 1 and 2 locks in round 2 is incredible, because obviously with Emhyr you put him back into your hand, and you don't get that other kind of utility with Orcs with just a normal decoy. So that only works though if you use your witches with 2 in your hand, because so it's a really, it looks like he's looking to drop some kind of a Yennefer or something like that with all these tokens, or a Trisput. So definitely need to be careful of this. I think my play here is just going to be playing my witches.
I'm too old.
Make a high tempo play myself. Now Ciri's probably going to come out to me here. I'm going to go ahead and clear this weather here.
Emhyr.
Am I? I'm not actually going to clear this weather. I'm going to wait for some foglets. I'm going to ping one of these witches back into my hand just in 1 turn's time here. I'm going to go ahead and play a Rot Tosser in this run though. Not great value, but it's not terrible. Just like to get rid of some of these counters, right? When I say counters, I mean like little ones and stuff like that. And Manticore, wow, that's an interesting one. Haven't seen that for a while. So here's where Ciri comes in play. Generally speaking, you want to use Ciri at the end of a high tempo turn. So I've got a Rot Tosser down, so that's pressure immediately, because that's going to be -4 points at least, unless he destroys it or locks it or whatever. But I can put Lambert back into my hand with Emhyr. The pikeman's coming out, and I can play Ciri. So this is how we generally want to use Ciri.
The North shall tuck tail and beg
So we
for
put back
mercy.
our weakest witcher, of course. Now I could go for a Thunderbolt Potion here. That would be relatively decent, but I'm actually, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and play Ciri. We'll play our next Dade.
Oh, I sense.
So essentially what I'm saying to him is now, take my score over in 1 turn, or pass. And he passes, look at that. So we take that round 1 on even cards, which is pretty good overall, I would say. You could argue that that was a little bit overkill, but I'm happy with that. So there's Ciri just applying the pressure, so we don't get the card advantage from her, but pretty good. A Vicavara Medic, I was about to say Vicavara Medic. I did say Vicavara Medic would be great here, and look at that. I've got no real risks with the rest of my deck. Like another standard bearer would be pretty good. Maybe I get rid of the Nilfgaard Knight. I think I'm going to do that just because I want to get a sire with Stefan Skeleton next round. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this medic here and get myself a little bit of that easy monsters carryover. I imagine he'll play some of himself there, but that's fine. I'm actually going to drop a Rot Toss in here. I just want to try and remove some of his carryover. Okay, so he gets an Emhyr. It seems like a good time to Peter, honestly.
I strive above all to be just.
He's still got a fair amount of carryover. I mean, honestly, I just want to try and drain him of some cards here. Now I've invested this far into the round, right? I've removed a lot of his carryover. We've got the exact same amount on even cards, but I am slightly worried that he might be able to overpower me if I don't get rid of some of his golds. Like, he's played 2 of his silvers. This Manticore is obviously going to be a target for... I probably should have saved Peter, shouldn't I, for that reason. Generally speaking, if you see Manticore, it's going to be for an Emhyr. Not an Emhyr. The silver... It's not great, I don't know what it's called. It's the silver that consumes something from either graveyard. That's generally going to be the target, you would imagine. So I've got a little 7-point Igni if I need it. I could play these next round. I've not really got too much use here in my hand. Stefan Skellen I could use next round, like I say, to get a sire if I don't draw her anyway. Obviously Vorgelfortz guarantees that happening. Welcome to the stream as well, boys. Hope everyone's doing well over here. Is this my Igni? Probably not, right? Probably not, I would say. Is this my pass? Probably. 5 turns versus monsters. Sod it. We'll risk it. I could have even gone for Orcs on top of my deck there and risk not getting my Witches again, because then I could have yes, man. I mean, honestly, I think this is my Igni here. Slightly prematurely, but I'll just try and get that little consumey fellow that I know is going to pop out. I'll just try and get rid of him. Hopefully he hits me with some weather, because he's still not hitting me with any weather, pretty surprisingly. He's obviously got more carryover than me at this point as well. That's another gold card. I'm actually just going to go ahead and
an interesting choice.
Get a sire out now. So I've used a lot of gold power here, but I could go for the 2-0 in theory.
This world dies with it.
So put our 2 witches back. Like I said, I just want to drain him of some cards here. He's got a lot of tempo. I mean, this could give me a pass. Not here comes Dagon. So this is my my weather clear here. I mean, I could pass as well in theory. Passing wouldn't be a terrible play here. Of course, I'd have card advantage, but I think actually a weather clear is going to be more purpose overall. Like I say, if I need to, I could go for my witches. I think I just go for the 2 over here, right?
So what's our plan?
Bang! Should be enough. There he comes. What is he called? There we go. And we've got enough. So we get the little 2-0 there. So we just were feeling him out. We kind of knew what he was doing.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
Hello, my name is Specimen. Welcome to the second video on my YouTube channel, and look at this draw straight away. All 4 of our golds, lovely. 2 witches, not so lovely, but not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and kick them. We've also got a sire. Wow, this is a pretty stacked hand, eh? Goodbye, Witcher friend. I might get rid of the medic here. I want a pikeman, really. Oof. Could get an Imperial Golem here, but I kind of have to risk it. Oh, no pikemen. I mean, it's good though. It's good. 4 golds. You cannot complain. So, in a very rare... I mean, I could Stefan Skellen one on top, but I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and go.
Much left.
Witcheroonies straight away. Here's the play, right? Emhyr, 1 back. Okay, 1 sec. Pause. Clear the weather. Give it to Lambert. So, yeah. Hopefully he weathers me again. Rot Tosser. Emhyr. Back. Eskel. Into Ciri. High tempo. That's the game plan anyway. Even more so now he's played that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it now.
There is but one punishment
Am I?
for traitors.
Or am I just going to do something else? If I play Ciri, he passes, surely, right? Surely he passes. I think I'll drop a Rot Tosser. This should still get the pass, and then it just means I can use Ciri for actual card advantage next round. This is surely a pass, because it's not like he can Eredin out another one of these, because that's his highest tempo play. So we're going to save Ciri for the next round here, along with the rest of our golds. This will be his pass. Too much tempo for what he's played. He's made some low tempo plays. We cleared the weather, and there we go. So Ciri would have been overkill. And that Rot Tosser, he probably would have still committed to it if I didn't play the Rot Tosser. But, sweet. I don't think I have that medic anymore, do I? I do not. But we're looking very good here anyway. Oh, hello sunshine. Just as I was talking about you, you show up. I love that about you, mate. You're reliable. You're loyal. We'll try and drain some of his cards here. First things first though, get this bad boy for the easy monsters carryover, and then we of course are going to go ahead and drop Ciri, and even a Nilfgaard Knight, maybe Peter, we shall see. I could even Stefan Skellen something on top and Vilgefortz it away with round, obviously. Oh, I might do that, Stefan Pikeman on top and just try and get some real card advantage, and then go in round 3 with a Sire Witches. That seems pretty good, right? So I've got my Pikeman still in my deck. I can Stefan Skellen something on top that I want. I could even Stefan Skellen. Let's see where he plays this here. It's just going to go for the straight Wild Hunt Hound. Back row, right? Okay, that's fine. Good, good, good. So I'm actually going to go for this here. Like I say, Stefan Skellen. I'll put him in this back row there. A Pikeman on top, which they're pretty surprisingly all the way back here. Most of them. And then we can Vilgefortz this little one, or I could even go for the 3, right? Because that's gonna die anyway to weather. So this one's actually a safe. This one is worth more than this 3, if you see what I mean, because it's gonna die to weather anyway.
My lords, to our banners.
Like I say, this 3 is gonna die, so I can just go ahead and Vilgefortz it.
An interesting choice.
Of course, I've got my witches as well if I need them. He's even opened up a 6-point Igni if I would like to take it by playing it on that row, which is pretty interesting. Oh, is he going to lock it? He goes and frosts it instead. Now, in theory, I could pass here, but I'd like to get all my pikemen out of my deck at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and Rot Tosser. So I could have passed there, and I would have had like some pretty good card advantage, but I'm pretty confident I can increase that with these pikemen coming out. And I can even use a Sire, get my witches out. I've got a lot of high tempo plays here, and like I said, I've even got an Igni opportunity if I'd like to take it. I mean, if one of these 3s spawns here, or even both of them, then it's an even bigger opportunity. So Caretaker, this could be Vesemir. Hopefully not, though. So he's actually just looking to beat me this round. Which is interesting.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard!
What's he doing here? I'm very surprised by his line of play. Okay, so he's obviously looking for an Igni chance here, but I can just use Peter here. That's fine. Look at that. Come on, give me the 3 spawns. 3 spawn. Oh, we didn't really get it. We got 1 in there. So it's still a good Igni. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and Peter first, though, to just prevent an Igni on myself.
The common folk. I care for them.
We'll put him up because he's got armor.
Thank you. That was very kind.
And then I'm still going to Igni this round, honestly. I don't really care. Oh, even better.
Yes.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Bang. This will be my pass now. Ciri on the table. He's got a lot of points to catch up. I'm sure a Lacerate will do some work. But it is fine here. I'm not too worried. So, right now, once he plays this, we're even cards because Ciri comes back to me. And this is the reason I don't want to Asire, because I'll have a lot to mulligan away. And you just don't want to get 2 witches in your hand. And when Ciri comes back into your hand, obviously you want to put her away. You don't have to, but you'd like to put her away. So he's not going to have a 1 tempo play here, surely. Scorch. Okay, so we did counteract that pretty well, obviously, with Peter. He was looking for that Scorch earlier on. And now with this play, we're actually a card ahead. And he's got no carryover. So yeah, he screwed up. He screwed up pretty bad. Wow, we get another gold out of him as well.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Of course, I've got my witches and Asire, so I've got 27 points here. Ciri comes back as well, so yeah, nice. I've got quite a lot of points here. I'm sure he does as well, so I do need to be careful of that. But that's a lot of his gold's gone, and the fact he didn't take Vesemir is probably a big oversight from him. So Lacerate. Ugh. I mean, it's not great, but it's probably going to get more value than Ciri. Thunderbolt Potion is really nice.
Yes. What is?
Witch is back. All going to plan here. Oh, look, the Lacerate's getting its value. I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. 9 value on the Lacerate.
Not your lucky day.
No Igni opportunity for him. Witch is out! Bang! And then we've even got that extra 12 points with our potion here, so I'll just show him that as well, just in case he wants to see. Just in case, you never know. So, sweet. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll jump into another game now. I'll show you the deck list actually. Should I just jump into the deck list? Let's do it. So, in case I've not shown you the deck list already. I mean, you wouldn't be seeing this if I had, right? So, I'll assume that you have seen it already. But I'll jump over to the deck list just in case. In fact, I'm not, because I've shown it already in the stream. Bang. No one watching. Oh yeah. So we have taken Emhyr right now to 6,740th in the world.